Hello, welcome to the May 2019 County Commissioners Corner. I'm your host, Scott Vargo. I'm joined by your three county commissioners, Elizabeth Lawrence, Thomas Davidson, and Karin Stiegelmeyer. We've got a bunch of stuff to cover today. We're going to start off with probably one of the more pressing issues within the community, and that is the topic of flooding and high water, as we have seen a fair amount of snow this season. And so, Karin, you want to talk a little bit about high water and sort of the planning that goes into that?
Well, every year we have an annual meeting to talk about potential flooding and runoff. And so all of the town's public works people are there ready to respond, and there are sand piles and sandbags available. But we think we're going to be really lucky this year, even though we have this incredible snowpack still out there. The lake happens to be conveniently very low from last year. So we think we're in really good shape, but you never know. There could easily be a sudden rain on snow event or sudden warm temps at some point, raising that lake level and then having to release a lot. So anything could happen. Everyone should be paying attention and aware, and we are ready. We have up on our website updates about how to be prepared, and we think we'll be lucky, but you never know.
It's not as big as 2011, right? Isn't that what we saw last week at State of the River?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, high numbers, and again, a lot of it is dictated by just how quickly that runoff happens. So, as you said, Karin, if there's a big rain event, or if there's some really hot temperatures and things start to melt much more quickly than normal, that's when we could have some issues. But the reservoir is certainly low, so there's a lot of opportunity to catch a lot of that water. So that's good.
And then, for those of you that are new to the high country, this runoff cycle, the high water actually comes, at around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning,
right?
And so if you are somewhere close to a river and you're looking at it and you're thinking, oh, this is okay, just realize that high water comes somewhere around midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that.
Yep, so be aware.
And I was just going to say, right now the lower blue is flowing at 400 CFS. It's a lovely kayaking level.
Yeah.
So that's a good place to go, not Tenmile Canyon.
Yes, so excellent segue. So Elizabeth, you started as commissioner in a historic avalanche period within Summit County, and everybody got pretty excited, and they got to see all the videos of I-70 getting covered in snow and cars getting pushed around and whatnot. But there are some real effects to that, in particular, that people may not be thinking about in the Tenmile Canyon. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
Certainly didn't budget for them.
Yes.
No, we did not budget for these. And yes, the videos were fascinating as they came out, but now we're dealing with the after effects of that. So 23 slides through between Copper and Frisco in the Tenmile Canyon. That's huge. Some people are saying it's maybe never happened before. Some of those paths had not happened in more than 100 years. So this is definitely a big deal, but different now than we had 100 years ago is we have a very popular rec path, extremely popular, that connects all the way over to Vail, and lots of our tourists and our residents use that in the summer, ride their bikes, get their road riding in, and travel that route. It's currently buried under snow, ice, boulders, trees, debris, all sorts of things. So we recently put out an RFP because we're going to need to clear that out of there. It is going to be a huge job, most likely in the six figures. And that's without knowing exactly what the condition of the rec path is underneath it. This is just first blush. We know it's going to be a lot. Some places it's 20 feet tall. Other places the debris is 9 feet tall. Regardless, it's a lot. And it's not so simple as just clearing that stuff out of there. I mean, they're going to have to move things because when you have it that high and you can't just pile up trees on the side going up 40 feet, that's not safe for anyone. So we have to make this a clear, safe pathway. That's going to take a significant amount of time. We hope it's open early July, mid-July, but we just don't know yet. So we ask for everyone's patience.
Yeah, it's a full mile long of rec path, a mile of linear feet of rec path that is buried. And so again, varying depths, as Elizabeth said, but certainly lots of it is 8, 10, 15, 20 plus feet of snow and debris. So a lot of work. And as Elizabeth mentioned, it's going to take an RFP with somebody to come out to clear it with different equipment. We could certainly go out and clear it with a dozer and push everything out of the way, but we would also destroy the rec path at the same time. And so we're trying to do this in a way where we don't have to recreate the rec path in its entirety.
And our guys have their regular road crew stuff to be doing this summer because Lord knows. We know that our roads need attention after this last winter, so we've got our own set of things that we need to be doing for the roadways of Summit County as well. So
this will be a big project, and we're working with some community partners.
Didn't you tell me that Frisco told you that they would be in for something?
Hopefully, I think they told Scott that. So
so Frisco has certainly expressed a willingness to help out. There's no details; they got to work through that with their council, but they are very seemingly very happy to help provide some assistance to the project. They recognize that this is a natural event that nobody is responsible for, so to speak, and so they're happy to help out, and we certainly appreciate that.
Well, we called the Forest Service and said, hey, come get your trees, but they just laughed at us.
And they are also, in terms of partners, they are going back and trying to secure some emergency funding.
That's right.
We'll see whether or not they're able to bring in some dollars into the project as well, and they have said that we're able to place the trees beside the rec path, sort of back where they would have been to some degree, and not have to pull them all out from wherever they're located now. So that's some help. It will be interesting to see how many big rocks and other things actually hit and did do damage to the rec path as well. So,
well, in the meantime, people should know that there's lots of trees that are in that stretch of 10 Mile, and so people that have gone out and kayaked or recreated on that stretch of 10 Mile need to realize that would be extremely dangerous right now.
Absolutely. We would not advise folks to go out there and boat in any fashion.
It's considered closed in a way.
Right.
I mean, it's extremely dangerous.
Absolutely.
The debris goes all the way across the river in multiple places. And the Colorado Avalanche Information Center is saying that it's still avalanche season out there. So that's why we can't get out there and get started on this.
That's right.
We just don't know, and it is very dangerous.
Right.
And we're going to have some other analysis done with regards to rockfall hazards as well as mudslide hazards going forward, because again, there are a lot of areas that now have been deforested. And we're not sure how stable they are. So,
especially with heavy rains. And so we're just asking people to stay away from that section of the rec path, be patient with us, and we will definitely do large announcements when it's back open.
But we have to do it safely, and that could take some time.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk about wildfires, fire restrictions, and our chipping program.
Woohoo!